Okay, so we're practicing the double and the half identities. Okay, so um, we're going to use either a double or a half identity to evaluate these trig functions. So I've got tangent of 75 degrees. That is, think of it as this way, that's tangent of 150 divided by 2. Okay, so this is the half angle identity for tangent. Now, the half identity that I like using the best is this one, 1 minus cosine theta over sine theta. That's the one I like using the most, so that's the one I'm going to use. So this is 1 minus cosine of 150 degrees over sine 150 degrees. So that's going to be 1 minus cosine at 150 degrees. That's negative root 3 over 2 over sine at 150 degrees is positive 1/2. So now we just have to simplify. So dividing by 1/2 is the same thing as multiplying by 2. So we're going to get 2 plus root 3 after you simplify. Okay. Now, second one, sine at 5 pi over 8. So there's nothing that we can double to get 5 pi over 8, so this is also a half. So this is the same thing as sine of 5 pi over 4 divided by 2. Okay? And I'm going to use sine's half angle, which is plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine theta over 2. Now, the plus or minus, I got to figure out, is this sine value going to be positive or negative based on its quadrant? 5 pi over 8 is in the second quadrant, so it's positive. And then it's going to be 1 minus cosine at 5 pi over 4 over 2, which ends up being the square root of 1 minus negative square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2. Now, you could either get common denominators at the top, or there's a trick. So I'm going to multiply here by 2 over 2. And when I distribute this 2 in here, I multiply by 1 and multiply it by that, which is going to give me 2 plus root 2 over 4, or the square root of 2 plus 2 over 2. That's your final answer. Okay? But that's all there is to it. It's find the angle, use the identity, plug in your value, and then the rest is algebra. Okay? And that's what we keep doing over and over again. Okay, and the last one, cosine of 22.5. As soon as I see that 0.5, I'm thinking half angle. And basically this is cosine of 45 degrees over 2. And the half angle for cosine is plus or minus the square root of 1 plus cosine theta over 2. So just like the last one, except it's positive. So sine and cosine have the same half angle, except sine is negative and cosine is positive. So again, 22.5 is in the first quadrant, so it's positive. We're going to plug in 45. So this is the square root of 1 plus cosine of 45 degrees over 2, which ends up being the square root of 1 plus root 2 over 2 divided by 2. And using that same idea from the last one, we're going to multiply the top and the bottom of this fraction by 2. We get the square root of 2 plus square root of 2 over 2. Okay? And you can see that this one is the same as the last one. Okay? And that's all there is to it. It's just basically plugging into the equation, doing some algebra, simplifying, and we're done.